Greetings, family. This is Tanjonzo of B1E1T1. I'm going to show you guys how to make some baked cabbage. Most of the family members that we have usually will cook their cabbage on the stove, steam cook their cabbage, stir fry their cabbage, but I'm going to bake it today. Now, it's just me and my son. So what I do is I cut a small-headed cabbage. I'm talking about this is a small-headed cabbage. And you'd be surprised. Look how much cabbage is in here, and this is a small-headed cabbage. I cut it in fours. And I put 2 1/4 of slices of cabbage in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer for some other time. You see? Because that's enough that's going to last me and son, and we can rotate. If you don't want to have your refrigerator full of leftovers all the time, measure your cabbage in sections. Cut them in the way that you want to cut them. So the food, you don't have to have leftovers all the time where it may later on go to waste, right? You may want to rotate. Next time you want some brown rice. Next time you want some black rice. Whatever you want, but you don't want to you want to keep your food lasting long. You can put it in the freezer, right? So this is what I did with this cabbage. I minced it real good because he's 2. And normally when you cook a big thing of cabbage, and the way we normally cook it, we just cut them up, but we don't mince them. We don't make it small enough where people can just really enjoy eat it. You can shred these. You can cut them up in small pieces, because if you've got a toddler that's eating regular foods, you don't want to make it unpleasant for them to want to eat vegetables or any kind, because we're making it the way our parents made them, right? You want to kind of give it more of an just think about the fact that you have a little one, right? That's going to eat what you're eating. Now, this is what I did, and this is what I add to this cabbage, this green cabbage. I have red and orange bell pepper. I cut them up in small pieces, and I did a small thing of bell pepper. The rest is in the refrigerator. My red onions and 4 cloves of garlic for that kick. I love flavor, and my son, he loves flavor too. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I bake my cabbage. So I got this herbs. I use the herbs de Provence from Trader Joe's. Got a small little spoon, pretty cute to go with that. Put like 2 spoons of that up in here, and then I seasoned the bottom of my pan with San Francisco Salt Company from Lemon and Rosemary. Pretty good. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it's pretty good. So I sprinkled a little bit of that on here. You can see like the little salt prints that's there. So you don't need a lot, right? Then I put some avocado oil inside. It's thick, and it's not a lot that I put in there, but I spread it. Just gotta spread. I spread it around real good so it can, and it makes its own, makes its own little, juice. But watch what I tell you. It's gonna be a very, very good flavor. What I'm gonna do with this, when you see something like that, I'm gonna season my cabbage with the rosemary, lemon salt, sea salt, and some pepper, and a little bit of rosemary on top of it, just a little bit. Not rosemary, avocado oil. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. All right. Okay, so here's my cabbage. It's nice. It's melody looking. There you go. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of my herbs de Provence and my rosemary, salt, and some pepper. And I also put a little turmeric in there at the bottom, just to give, we always want to think about our health, right? So now, let me start off with my herbs. just like I'm decorating. No. By the way, I'm not doing Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, taking, whatever they want to call it. I don't. I stay home and be safe for my family. That's what I do. Damn. Pepper. And a little bit of rosemary. Excuse me, avocado oil. I don't know why. Maybe I should throw some rosemary up in here. Okay, so this is what your cabbage is going to look like. This is what my cabbage look like, actually. So this is the cabbage. Now, I'm going to put my smoked mackerel on top of my cabbage. Now, this is what I did with it. It's a smoked mackerel, and I normally would put like 2 there, but it's just me and son, and he don't really care to eat meat like that. But I would eat some fish. He is a pescatarian, but we're gonna try to move to vegan one day, hopefully sooner than later, unless we leave the country. I want to try some meat out there, chicken and stuff, and so that's it. That's what I do, and I'm gonna wrap it up. You know, I decided to put 2. I thought 2 will make it look a lot better. I'm telling you, it's a small head of cabbage. So let me go ahead and wrap it up. So now I got this Mills cornbread from Whole Foods, and I just got a small little baby bowl, little deep bowl, and it's just me and son once again, small little pans, cute little pan, and I dressed the pan up with some of that Good Earth butter, and rolled that, spread that around, and I took the batter of the powder of the cornbread mix, and instead of using butter, I'm losing my train of thoughts. Egg. Instead of using egg and regular milk, I've used bacon powderizing powder with I might as well see. Yeah, so bacon powder. Use bacon powder and oat milk, and I stirred it up real good. Now, normally I add other things in it, blueberries or what have you. Sometimes I love making blueberry cornbread, peanut butter cornbread. For those who may turn their nose up on peanut butter cornbread, don't turn your nose up on peanut butter cornbread. That's something I did because I was pregnant, and it turned out real good. And then I turned a whole bunch of folks in my family on that peanut butter cornbread. They didn't know. I told them, when you eat that, it's really good to eat that for breakfast. You get you some jam, cut you some of that peanut butter cornbread, put some jam and some butter on top of that, and you got yourself cornbread muffin. I'm telling you, that's pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to put this together. I've already put it together. I'm going to put this in the oven along with my cabbage. They should be done together. Now, there you go. Turn the oven light on just so you can see that cornbread rise. Hopefully son don't get up out his chair and run all over the place. I'll be back with part 2 of how I made it, how it come out, okay? So you can see what it, how it came out. All right. Peace and blessings, family.